And welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by. Great to be with you. Hope you're having a good day, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Dr. Cass Ingram is my guest in this first portion of the show. Always enjoy having Dr. Ingram around. Bring something to the conversation. Doesn't come to your house without something.
No, he does carry a basket with him, don't he?
Yes, he does. Wow. We'll see what's on his mind.
You know, we talked about this yesterday, but if you want to call in while we have a guest, it's okay. A lot of people don't realize that. You can call in at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Or use Dr. Garko's personal email, drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Or follow us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition and send us a message that way. But we like to have you call in when we have the guest. That's why we have the guest here. So I got that yesterday out, and when I went out to New Tampa, somebody goes, well, you have guests on, and I want to call in. I'm like, that's when you want to call in.
Exactly.
So.
They get tired of talking to me.
Yeah.
Well, there's some provocative stories trending. One is a former Playboy model she's young, she's 34. They removed a tumor from her brain, and the cancer has returned, and she has chosen to forego the chemo and the radiation. And she's going to do cannabidiol, CBD oil. Or I'm not sure if she's doing the CBD from hemp, or if she's doing some other variant here. I'm not. She's talking about cannabis. She said health professionals wanted her to have 10 to 12 cycles of chemotherapy, and that was her best chance at survival. But told her, quote, no one with brain cancer has managed to have the full lot. In other words, they didn't make it. Or they couldn't do it. They just couldn't. Either died before the treatment was, that's how I interpret that. Died before all 12 cycles were administered, 10 to 12, or they just couldn't do it. It's too much. She's a former Miss United Kingdom winner. She previously had a tumor removed from her brain, as I said, and said that while she, quote, knows using cannabis means I could be put in prison, I truly believe it is the only chance I have of survival. Miss Parker is her name, Parker, said she preferred for her hair not to fall out, a common side effect of chemotherapy, nor does she want her face burnt, quote, face burned with radiotherapy, close quote. I train daily, run a model academy and a nutrition business, and I don't want cancer to affect all this, close quote, she told the Daily Mirror. Now, that's a personal choice that she's made. And, that's a tough hand to be dealt. Nobody knows what they're going to do until they're in that situation. Beautiful young woman. It's a shame. I mean, cancer, insidious disease, just insidious. I wish her the best. Carrie Parker is her name. And, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you were a Playboy model, a judge, bricklayer, mom, dad, health expert. Could care less. It's one of nature's mistakes. Dr. Cass Ingram is my guest. Dr. Ingram is a practicing physician, has been for many decades, and has I'm going to ask him. Let me bring him on. Dr. Ingram, welcome back to the show. Would you describe your approach as how? Let me ask, how would you describe your approach? What do you call it? Is it? It's not traditional medicine. It's not an allopathic model. What is it?
Whatever works.
Integrative.
Yeah, whatever works, and it is non-toxic, and it's a Hippocratic oath. Above all, do as much harm. And above all, do no harm. Right.
Right.
I mean, why not? That's what we graduated with. Did you know we had to take that oath? Right. Don't hurt the patient with the therapy. You know, that's your motto.
Mm-hmm.
That's your dictate.
So
I just adhere to that. That's modern medicine, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, there are many medical paradigms. I just wrote a little paper. I'm going to publish it on our website.
Above all, do no harm.
Above all, do no harm.
Yeah. So I would go along with what that lady's doing.
You would, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is that brain cancer is usually viral. So it would come back. You didn't destroy the viral root. You just cut a bulk of the tumor out. And you would want to use something natural that's antiviral, and you would get probably better results if she would have done that immediately after the surgery. And then she wouldn't have to be going through this decision, this tough time, where she knows that if she violates the system, draconian action could be theoretically taken against her, even though it's her decision, her life, her right. No, we have to protect the monopoly. So we might have to threaten the parents or the child, or in this case, a full adult, with prison terms. If you do not use a petrochemical-based or some other patented so-called medicine. In 30 years of this, I've never recommended chemotherapy to a single patient. Yeah.
Wow.
So some people choose a different drummer, a different path, a different way. Can't hold it against them. Can't prosecute them for making an intelligent choice based on scientific studies and based on the risks. The risks for chemotherapy for her at this stage are a sudden fatality or fairly quick demise. So she knows that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not going to do her any good.
Dr. Ingram, do you think she's going for quality of life?
Well, it could be quality of life, but also she said, I don't want to just die. I've got all this stuff going on, and I wish she could hear this program. I'd tell her what to do. I mean, if she's going to do cannabis extract, she wants to do the kind that is made without solvents. So whether she does it from marijuana or industrial hemp, she wants a brand that's solvent-free. And I mean, I'm not going to push necessarily a brand, but you know which ones I'm talking about, I think. And she's got to do the wild oregano extract. She's got to do the oil of wild oregano. It's got to be the wild oregano, not farm-raised. She's got to take a high-strength form, like super strength. She's got to pound it. She could take it and rub it all over her skull, but also take 10 or 20 drops 5-10 times a day. She's got to drink and guzzle the aromatic water or juice of oregano. She has to do it. She's got to take it down an ounce 4 or 5 times a day. She should get some organic berries and juice them or extract them and drink a couple cups of organic berry juice every day.
What do you think about, we answer this on the other side of these messages when we come back, Dr. Ingram, astragalus tea and cancer. Think about that for a second. We come back, we'll have Dr. Ingram, coast to coast and globally.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day. giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
Local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Dr. Kassinger is my guest. A Dr. James Allison received a phone call yesterday morning at 5:30, and it was his son. Minutes later, a Swedish reporter reached him before the Nobel Prize Committee reached him and told him he had just won the Nobel Prize. Turns out that Dr. Allison is chair of immunology at the University of Texas MD Anderson Center. He was awarded the Nobel for his discovery in 1994 in mice that led to an entirely new class of anti-cancer drugs called checkpoint inhibitors that invoke the immune system, specifically T lymphocytes, T cells. Apparently, the T cells weren't performing their job and were not attacking the cancer cells. He figured out how to do that, how to get the T cells. T means from the thymus, where they come from. They originate, all these lymphocytes originate in the bone marrow, T and B cells, but then the T cells eventually go to the thymus and finish development. But he was awarded that, and they're trying to get the immune system to do the job rather than chemotherapy and radiation. Dr. Ingham is my guest, as I said. Dr. Ingham, what do you think about that concept?
Well, and conceptually it's good, but again, when you take these synthetic agents, there are a litany of side effects. It's much easier, and I mean, one could give credit here. I mean, he's done some interesting investigation, but it's much easier to kill the viruses, the parasites, the fungi, the mold agents, which instigate the cancer and which the cancer feeds on. So it's an anaerobic entity. You got to get in there and clean up all of that infestation that's agitating the DNA, that's causing the oncogene. You know what happened when, I think I would have given Boutel and also probably Michel Carbone a double Nobel Prize.
Why is that?
That's where the pharmaceutical companies are influencing the Nobel Prize. They're giving it to drug research because neither of them, for example, Michel Carbone at Loyola, they didn't get a drug out of it. That was bona fide research where he determined categorically that SV40 monkey virus 40 is the primary cause of lymphoma. It's the primary cause of brain cancer. It's a major cause of bone marrow cancer. It's a big cause of breast cancer and bone cancer. SV40 monkey virus 40 from the polio sugar cube. Michel Carbone. Okay? Look it up.
Yeah, I have it.
He said when they tested a brain cancer in a child, a 3-year-old in San Francisco, that the brain cancer is teeming with SV40 virus. Trillions and trillions of virus.
Yeah, in fact, I went on, had cancer risk associated with simian virus 40 contaminated polio vaccine.
Good. How are you going to get rid of the problem with surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation when you don't kill the virus? What's the matter, you?
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't take any kind of a Nobel laureate or anybody else to figure it out.
These microorganisms are so pathogenic. Viruses, bacterium, fungi, mold, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you're one of the few guests. You're the only guest that comes on and talks about these microorganisms. They've been around since the beginning of the planet.
MD, when we published this, and because I published it in the Cause for Cancer Revealed and Natural Cures for Killer Germs, and talked about it on Clear Channel back in the early 2000s, then MD Anderson did an investigation retroactive of their slides of lymphoma cases. They found that 55 to 60% of the lymphoma cases in the past that had been treated with chemotherapy and radiation had a viral infection, and that virus was in fact the vaccine virus SV40. You see how we miss everything. We miss pinning it on vaccines. We miss
so the cancer was brought about by the administration,
by the inoculation.
We
miss a public discussion or scrutiny at the federal level of the quality of the vaccinations, the tainting, the contamination, and therefore the banning. We miss it all because we get a Nobel Prize off to a guy that's doing drug research, and we don't give the Nobel Prize where it should be given.
Why was that? Given the SV40?
Because of corrupt mentality.
It's a polio vaccine, right?
Well, you see, back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, these investigators, there's no God, there's nothing. We're from apes.
Yeah.
We're man of the apes. So if we want to make an ideal vaccines, we'll grow it in the ape. So what they did was and it'd be similar, and we wouldn't have any issues. They imported rhesus monkey macaques. Lilly did this, and Merck and others from India. So the Indians went out and captured them at the behest of the drug companies. They brought them over in crates. How do you take a monkey that's got a 17-mile square radius for its life and stick it in a crate?
Yeah.
They developed disease, then they housed them in these cages, and they injected them with polio virus, and then when the virus was growing all over in them, they cut their
We'll be right back.
Is getting a good night's sleep a challenge?
Women who are pregnant to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom to
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. You are listening to Dr. Ingram talk about these microorganisms, viruses, bacteria, parasites, fungi. Let me just share a couple of things about viruses and then cut Dr. Ingram loose here to tell you about how to deal with some of these microorganisms, as he's been alluding to. With the exception of newly discovered prions, and I'll tell you later what a prion is, viruses are the smallest agents of infectious disease. They are the smallest. Most of them, they consist of little more than a small piece of genetic material surrounded by a very thin protein coating. That's all they are. And some are surrounded by a thin, fatty envelope, okay? But viruses are different from all the other infectious microorganisms because why? They're the only category of microorganism that cannot replicate, cannot survive outside of a host. And some of these viruses don't eat food. Because viruses don't eat food, what they do is they will capture the materials and energy from the host cells, and they hijack the cellular machinery of the host. And some don't even consider them, some scientists, really, they think of them as complex molecules rather than an organism. It's interesting. Some of these viruses have no respect for other microorganisms either, and they're called bacteriophages, and they will even infect bacteria. So these viruses are insidious. They've been around millions of years, and they're difficult to deal with. Dr. Ingram, welcome back. So you were talking about some of these compounds that we find in plants, oil of oregano, you were talking about, for example, that have, in your view, the ability to deal with these viruses, yes?
Yeah, I was mentioning that you were wondering where they harvested the internal organs of the animals, okay? So that was done, and then they took the virus-laden material and made the vaccine in the
polio vaccine,
shot.
yeah.
And so we are all infested with this. Italian investigators found that half of American men have it in their sperm, and about half of pregnant women have it in their bloodstream. So, and that's current. So a lot of people are asking, well, how do I clean up my system? And maybe we could look at, for example, work done by Turkish investigators, as well as some work done by the Greeks. The Greeks, first of all, at the University of Thessaloniki, found that oil of wild oregano put inside a solution kills a wide range of cancer cells. So if you put a small amount, like a 1 in 4,000 or 1 in 2,000 dilution, in a slurry of cancer cells, it kills them. Now, Long Island University, and then we'll get to what the Turks, I learned from the Turks, Long Island University did a study on prostate cancer, and I'm going to get to the viral connection and the fungal connection, where they were able to kill 99.9% of the prostate cancer cells with carvacrol, which is a big active ingredient of oregano oil. When I was in Turkey, the village chief said, "Why are you doing this and that, you Americans? Here's what we use for cancer." And he digs out that case of pop bottles, which he had capped with juice or aromatic hydrosol of oregano. Honest to God. And he was, I said, "You want to get me in prison? You want me to tell the world that they can just take juice of oregano for cancer?" He said, "Well, that's what we use up here in the mountains."
What did he have in the pop bottles? Aromatic hydrosol?
Yeah, remember I sent you some.
Yes.
Juice of oregano. Okay? It is the hydrosol or aromatic water of the wild oregano that comes out of the steam distillation when the water is condensed in the condenser. It's very acrid, kind of aromatic, strong stuff. You've taken it before, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. And so when someone, and see, I can't prescribe on the radio, and we know that, but when someone approaches me and says, "I've got this, I've got that, I've got trouble, I don't know what to do," I always tell them, get the juice of oregano at least. That's what's being used in ethnobotanical historical use. And hey, so it's got a history of use for these kinds of conditions. And why not take the oil? So you've got two components, the aromatic hydrosol and the wild oil of oregano.
They're both derived from the same source.
When they steam the wild oregano down there, after they dry it, they dump it in a big stainless steel vat. They screw the lid on. They hit it with steam. When they steam it, out comes the oil in one drum, and the other drum collects the juice.
Oh.
You see, because you're condensing the water. When you condense the water, you're taking the oxygen-rich H2O, and those molecules are binding to the oxygen-rich components in the wild oregano because it's growing in the mountaintops. That's why you've got to have the wild stuff. And then that becomes an oxygen bomb. So you take and drink that stuff, man.
So some would have viewed the byproduct of the juice and throw it away. They thought, well, we'll just do the oil.
That's what they were doing, and this is the way the West was doing it. But the Turkish village doctor said, "No, we don't use the oil. We drink the juice."
So hydrosols or aqueous distillates then are herbal medicinal water that are obtained as a side product during the process of hydro or steam distillation.
Mostly it's thrown out.
Right. So it's derived from the steam distillation of an aromatic plant like oregano, right?
Yes, and it's almost always chucked. But fortunately, I will say that the good people at North American Herb & Spice, not to dispense for cancer, no, but I'll just mention, they have it. They're the only ones that had the foresight to have it and get it out there and make it available to people.
Yeah, all of NorthAmericanHerbandSpice.com, they have the juice of oregano, and they have oil of oregano, and the raw materials. I'll have Dr. Ingram share with you where the genesis of the raw materials, where the raw materials come from, and why. That is an important part of the narrative. So there are a lot of oil of oregano products out there, but pay attention to what Dr. Ingram is going to tell you. Remember, I keep saying to you, it's the raw materials and how the raw materials are handled that ultimately determine the quality of the product. I'll have Dr. Ingram explain when we come back.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching